This Alice World was designed to show how a first-person shooter could be created from a side view of a helicopter. In the world, I've initially set up a chicken who's very large and in the forefront, a hare who's placed right on this door of this helicopter, and you may not be able to see this, but there's a little egg-shaped item right on him. I've stuck a windmill in the background for viewing pleasure. When the world first starts, there's some things I've done at setup that are pretty important. It has to do with the camera's property. The vehicle property is set to the hare so that the camera's going to move when that hare moves. The same is true of the helicopter. The helicopter's vehicle is the hare as well as the egg initially. So I did not do that in code. I actually just did that when I set up the world. At the very beginning, when the world starts, I call this start animation and setup method that I've created on the world. And what this does is it starts the helicopter blades to twirling. It moves the camera into where the hare is. It turns in the same direction the hare is in, and then it prepares to drop the egg. What the method does that prepares to drop the egg is actually just positions it in such a way that you'll be able to see it on the bottom part of the screen so that you know it's ready to be fired. The way to fire the egg is with the space bar. And I've done that by creating an event that looks for that key press, the space bar. And when that does occur, the world drop egg occurs. So if I go take a look at that method, when I drop the egg, it actually goes to a method called egg drop egg. And what that does is it tosses the egg out a certain distance. In this case, I think is 5 meters. And then it has it drop to the ground. Once it's done that, it will return back to the world's egg drop method. And it will, again, prepare to drop the egg. So it's like it's reloading the egg. The helicopter moves around. Actually, it's the hare that's moving around with the helicopter. When the left key is pressed, there's a method on the hare called left arrow that will move it left a certain number of meters and a certain duration. Notice I've used these variables here, which are simply properties. I did that so that I could change the amounts just in one place because I knew I had four different methods go into it. So that made my code a little more manageable. The other two events that this world's looking for is to be sure that the helicopter is still above ground. If it ever goes below ground, then it will call this method so it tells me I've lost the game. In that case, that's the world loser, and I've just had it print out to the screen the helicopter crashed into the ground. The world in this case actually keeps going, but if you wanted to do something different, you could have the world end at that point. The other thing is I've had the egg looking to see if it's hit the chicken's head. And if it has, I'm going to call this chicken hit method, and the chicken will just say enough, and then still the egg will reload and it will run. So those are the key points. Let's play it and see what we get. So here we've got the zoom in. Now we've got the egg loaded. I can fire it with the space bar. I can also move around, and as soon as it's reloaded I can fire again. I'll fire again, and one day maybe I'll be able to hit this chicken in the head. Hopefully you'll be a little better at this game. Oh, there we go. I can move to the right. I can move to the left. And then if I move the helicopter too far down, you'll see that it says it crashed into the ground. This has been a Professor Zelda video. Please send me your requests if you'd like to know how to do something else.